Hey y'all, we wanted to make a video for you about potty training the Montessori way. In this video, we will discuss where potty training begins, where to go when your child gets a little restless during diaper changes, and how to go through the actual potty training process without driving yourself crazy. So the process of potty training actually begins during infancy. And it is as simple as just giving your child language about what is going on. So telling them that they have a wet diaper and we want to get a dry diaper. Or telling them that they've pooped and we want to wipe their bottom with a wipe. You can also include the beginning language of self-dressing. So that would be as simple as showing them the holes of where their legs go in their pants, or the head hole in their shirt, or the holes where their arms go. And that is a perfect way to just set up your baby for success during the potty training process as they get bigger, but just introducing that language right away at the beginning. As your child gets older, they will begin becoming restless throughout the diaper changing process. And that's okay, it's a normal thing. They're just trying to show you that they would like more independence in this process. And so a great way to accommodate that is to begin changing them standing up. And so we would like to show you a demonstration of how this is done. Okay, when you are changing an infant or toddler's diaper standing, you want to make sure you have your diaper prepped and open all the way. And then you can ask your toddler to hold on to something if they need to steady themselves. To hold on to a crib or a bookshelf or a table, whatever you're near. And then you just carefully place the diaper under them. Can you hold them to the crib, please? Thank you. And you connect each side. You're not going to get this perfect the first time, and that's okay. The more you do it, the better you'll get. But then you can have them, ask them to turn around. Can you turn around, please? And you can check your work. If you need to tighten it a little bit, you can do that, or adjust it. But then you have them pull their pants up, and they're good to go. When you're taking the diaper off standing up, just unbuckle, pull down, and if there's a BM, you can catch whatever's there. And then you have them touch their toes. Can you touch your toes, please? And you can wipe their bottom. If you have a full-length mirror that they can see between their legs to watch what you're doing, that helps them understand the process and learn how to wipe themselves as they get bigger. But that's how you put a diaper on, standing up. During this process of standing up while being changed, it allows the child to learn how to push down their pants and pull up their pants on their own. And this is giving them the basics of the building blocks for potty training as they get bigger. If your child has become accustomed to getting their diaper changed standing up, then you can begin looking for signs of readiness for potty training. And some of those signs could be that they're showing interest in sitting on the potty. You can offer to sit on the potty every time that they get their diaper changed. If your child can tell you that they are wet or that they have pooped, then that's a great sign that they are ready to start potty training. If they are having really soaked diapers, then that's showing that they have bladder control. Or if they are going extended periods of time with dry diapers, that is as well showing that they have bladder control. If they are showing you that they recognize the physical signs, that they can feel that they have to go to the bathroom, then that's another great sign that they are ready to begin the potty training process. Once your child is ready to begin the potty training process, then the next thing you need to do is sit down as the parents and discuss what that will look like. So some of the things that you want to go over in this meeting will be choosing a start date, which we recommend doing it over a weekend so that the child can begin this process in the comfort of their own home with mom and dad. The responsibilities of each adult in this process and how accidents will be handled when they happen. The more attention that you can give to successes and the less to accidents, the better, and the more successful the child will feel. In Montessori, we do not use diapers any longer. We go from diapers to underwear. we do not use pull-ups because they're just another form of diaper. And it kind of gives confusion to the child of when it's okay for them to go to the restroom in their pants and when it's not okay. So you will remain having a diaper overnight for your child, but during the day, they will always be in underwear, even for nap time. So some tips for beginning the toilet training process. You want to wake up on a Saturday morning and let your child know no more diapers and show them their big boy or big girl underwear. And you want to begin by setting a 30-minute timer and having your child go and sit and try on the potty every 30 minutes. If they have a success, even the tiniest bit in the toilet, you want to give positive reinforcement to that behavior. If a child has an accident, you want to try to give that accident as little attention as possible so that you're not reinforcing a negative behavior. You want to include the child in the timer process, so when it goes off, allow them to push the button to turn it off, get excited with them that you're going to go sit on the potty, and just make it as fun as you possibly can. After a few days, once your child has had 2 to 3 successes in a row, then you can extend that timer to 45 minutes, and they can try every 45 minutes. Eventually, they're going to get the hang of it, and they can hold their urine up to 2 hours. And so they'll begin learning how to recognize that sensation and letting you know when they need to use the restroom. As a parent, you want to set yourself up for success, and you want to expect accidents because they will happen. And so some things that you can do to set yourself up for success would be to pack extra outfits if you're going out so that you have plenty of changes of clothes. You can use the little potty training pads to slip underneath them in their car seats so that they are not ruining their car seats when they have an accident in the car. If you are on a road trip and you need to stop to use the restroom, a good tip is to wait until the child is out of the car and walking into the building before you say we're going to the restroom, just to help avoid any accidents before that. Another good idea would be to have your child use the restroom before they leave home, and pack some sort of bag that you can store the wet clothes in. When accidents happen, you want to be sure that you are holding your child accountable through this process. Therefore, if an accident happens, or if you've asked the child to use the restroom and they refuse, then allow them to refuse, and then when they have an accident, have them help clean up the whole process. So anytime they have an accident, you want to make sure that they are changing themselves, that they're taking off their wet clothes, and that they're putting them in a bag, and that they're putting on dry clothes, and you want them to learn to be as independent as possible through this process. Having to change accidents is no fun at all. So that's just a natural consequence. If they're choosing to refuse to leave whatever they're doing to go try to sit on the potty, then having that accident and having to clean up that process will be an extra motivator for them to leave whatever they're doing next time to go just use the restroom on the potty and then be able to return back sooner. When it is time for your child to try on in the restroom, you do not want to give them a question, but rather a statement and say, hey, it's time to go to the restroom, or it's time to go sit on the potty, and get excited with them so that they are more encouraged to go. Throughout this process, it is expected to have accidents, and you can expect your child to have more poop accidents than wet accidents throughout this process. It takes most children longer to learn to poop in the toilet than it does to learn to pee in the toilet. It is important through this process to be sure that you're giving intrinsic motivation to your child, which means that you're going to say things to them that make them feel proud of themselves rather than them feeling like they are pleasing you. So instead of saying, good job, I love that you peed in the potty, you'd say, you peed in the potty. How does that make you feel? Do you feel big? Do you feel proud? And those kind of things point the success back to the child rather than pointing it to you. Tips for the self-dressing process. You want to help set up your child for success the best way that you can. And so some things that you can do to help them are being sure that they are being put in clothes that are loose fitted so that they can easily remove them and put them on themselves. Elastic waistbands are usually best for this. Avoiding buttons or snaps is best because then that's an extra thing that they have to learn to do. And it can actually cause frustration that is unnecessary throughout this process. Also, if you have a little girl, be careful about dresses because you want to make sure that they're not being put in something that might fall into the toilet while they're sitting on the toilet. Because then they'd have to change anyway, even if they are successful in peeing in the toilet. If their dress fell into the back of the toilet and it's wet, then they're going to have to change, and that can be a bit discouraging for them. Also avoid onesies because they cannot unsnap and resnap the onesies themselves. So t-shirts, elastic waist pants, loose fitting pants, and try to avoid long dresses. And those are great ideas for setting your child up for success in self-dressing. So let's do a little recap. In the beginning, they're standing up and they're getting their diaper changed. You want to be sure and offer that they can sit on the potty every time they're getting changed. You also want to encourage them to push down and pull up their pants on their own each time. Remember to celebrate any success that they get into the toilet, whether it's a little bit or a lot. You want to make sure that they understand that that's great. Remember to toss out those diapers and only use underwear moving forward, except for overnight. You may use a diaper, and you can call this diaper the nighttime diaper. So it specifies a differentiation of the daytime and nighttime. Expect accidents, but remember to stay calm and help your child learn to be as independent as possible throughout the process. Give your child positive, intrinsic motivation, and remember to be as positive as you can through the process. And enjoy. This is a great time for you and your child to bond.